Hello, so on to the second leg of all these Europa League games coming up there. So we've got 16 matches. The first legs have been done, and it's just a matter of whether or not if some sides can turn it up in the second leg or not. But first, let's go over those matches that have happened in the first leg then. Started off with Club Brugge against Manchester United. Turned out to be a 1-1 draw in that match. Van der Vaart scored for Brugge in the 15th minute. Martial equalised in the 36th minute. Manchester United 16 to 10 shots, 4 on target each. Ultimately, Manchester United got the away goal in the draw here, so not too bad of a result, though they would have been expected to win that match. Inter Milan, the favourites for the competition, got themselves a 2-0 victory over Ludogrets, with Everton and Lukaku on the score sheets late on. 16 to 1 shots and 6 to 9 on target for them. Eintracht Frankfurt winning 4-1 over Red Bull Salzburg. So they got a really good chance of going through with a 3-goal victory. With Kamera scoring a hat-trick for Frankfurt and Kostic on the score sheet too. Wan Hee-chan scoring the goal for Red Bull. 17 to 11 shots for Eintracht, 7 to 4 on target. Copenhagen and Celtic was a 1-1 draw, with Edouard in the 14th minute for Celtic and Doyer in the 52nd minute for Copenhagen. 15 to 7 shots for Celtic, 7 to 2 on target there. So all to play for in the second leg of that game. Got Club Brugge and Sevilla in a 1-1 draw. And Nezui scoring for Seville in the 82nd minute before even later goal, 89th minute from Beck, 89th penalty kick. 80 to 9 shots and 2 to 1 on target for Seville there. Sporting got a 3-1 victory over Istanbul, with Kovacs, Sporia and Vito on the score sheets. Benefica on the score sheet for Istanbul. Sporting dominated the match there, 17 to 3 shots, 8 to 2 on target. Shakhtar Donetsk got a 2-1 victory over Benefica. It was Patrick and Kovalenko on the score sheet for Shakhtar. Pizzi on the score sheet for Benefica. 11 to 8 shots for Shakhtar, 8 to 4 on target too. Getafe got a 2-0 win over Ajax. Steve Person and Kennedy on the score sheet. 11 to 2 shots, 4 to 9 on target for Getafe. Wolfsburg winning 2-1 over Malmo, coming from behind after a shocking lead for Malmo in the 47th minute, with Kies Phelan before Brekalo and Kies Bayam got an own goal there. The goal score for Malmo being the downfall in the end. 16 to 5 shots, 5 to 1 on target for Wolfsburg. Bayer Leverkusen got a 2-1 victory over Porto, with Alireo and Havries scoring the goals. Diaz for Porto. 19 to 8 shots and 7 to 6 on target for Leverkusen. AZ Alkmaar and Lask was a 1-1 draw. Lask scoring first with Regis in the 26th minute before Coop Menes in the 86th. 14 to 7 shots for Lask and 4 on target each. Arsenal got a late 1-0 away victory over Olympiakos, with Lacazette on the score sheet. 12 to 11 shots and 3 to 2 on target there for Arsenal. And Wolves got a 4-0 win over Espanyol. Jota scoring a hat-trick there, and Neves scoring a goal as well too. So they are surely through to the round of 16. 11 to 9 shots, 5 to 4 on target. Basel got a 3-0 away victory over Apoel, with Pet Twitter Stocker and Cabral on the score sheet. 12 to 8 shots, 6 to 1 on target for Basel. Roma got a 1-0 win over Gent with Carles Perez in the 13th minute. 14 to 9 shots, 5 to 3 on target for Gent. And finally, Rangers defeated Braga 3 goals to 2, with Enes Higuaín scoring 2 and Joe Abiro on the score sheet as well too. But they did do all that after coming from 2-0 down, with Fran Sabo and Apoel Ruiz for Braga. 13 to 10 shots for Braga, 7 to 4 on target for Rangers. And how I got on with my predictions there, I managed to get 8 out of 16. Those games, including Copenhagen and Celtic, was a draw. Had Inter Milan defeating Ludogrets. Had Basel spot on against Apoel, that 3-0 victory. Had Leverkusen to beat Porto. Had Rangers to beat Braga. Roma to beat Gent. Wolfsburg to beat Malmo. And Wolves to beat Espanyol. And the games I got wrong, the other 8. Went for Sevilla to beat Cluj. I went for Manchester United to beat Club Brugge. I went for Frankfurt and Red Bull to be a draw. I went for Shakhtar and Benefica to be a draw. I went for Alkmaar to beat Lask. And I went for Olympiakos to beat Arsenal. And a few other things that people mentioned in the comments there. Danny L predicted a 2-1 victory for Celtic over Copenhagen, with Edouard scoring a goal, and he was correct on the goal scorer. Edouard managed to be on the score sheet, and he also mentioned how he would be happy with scoring and a draw out of the match, so that managed to come through. So all in all, pretty good pick by you. And CBN9 Kratz made a comment as well too, but I agreed with my Istanbul pick, which turned out to be backfired. Had $4.20 odds for that game away from home against Sporting. Things really pointed towards Istanbul, better run of form in the league, and also European-wise doing better as well too. But in that particular match, they absolutely got dominated, and it was an easy victory for Sporting. So really hard to find the really good odds for matches, and even when you do, they don't always come through as well too. So it's a tough old game, that Sporting beating World there, wasn't it? Okay, so now we're on to the second leg. Go through recent match that the clubs have been playing in the space between the Europa League game and the second league here, and a few other details as well too. So starting off, Braga against Rangers, which is on a Thursday morning my time, so it'll be Wednesday night for you guys in Europe. So Braga won 3-1 against Istanbul in the Portuguese league. Current form, they got 4 wins and a draw in their past 5 games. 40 points collected in 22 matches. Currently sitting in 3rd place. While for Rangers, drawed against St Johnstone 2-2 in their last game in the Scottish Premiership. Currently sitting 2nd in the league there, 64 points from 27 games, 2 wins, 2 draws, their current form, so not too flash. 12 points behind Rangers with a game in hand, but I have called their title challenges over now, so it is going to be Celtics this season yet again there. So now they just have to focus on this Europa League matches here, and currently they do have that 3-2 aggregate victory over Braga from the first league after that stunning fight back from 2-0 down. Some of the insights for this match then. Excluding qualifiers, Rangers have not won any of their last 15 European away games, drawing 10 and losing 5. So that's not a good sign, but their last such victory came in Portugal versus Sporting in the 07-08 UEFA Cup quarterfinals, winning at 2-0. Rangers have won 9 matches in European competition in the 2019-20 season so far, including qualifying games. It's a club record in a single season, so that's some good news for them. Rangers have lost just one of their last 6 European away games against Portuguese opposition, winning 2, drawing 3, losing 1. While this one included a 1-1 draw at Porto in the group stage this season. The 3-2 First League defeat was Braga's first European loss this season, after previously winning 8 and drawing 2 of the Europa League matches in the 2019-20 season, with 4 qualifiers and 6 group games there. So they have been doing pretty well there this season, as well as being the highest scoring team in the Europa League this season with 17 goals. Also have the joint best shot conversion ratio in this competition this season with 18.5%. So it's going to be really tough for Rangers to hold Braga at bay, especially at Braga's home field advantage for this particular match as well too. And the odds for this game, $1.83 for Braga, $3.60 for the draw, $4 for Rangers. So for this game, I'm going to go for Braga to pull off the victory, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory, which means they'll be able to qualify on the away goals rule for this match here. The next match is between Istanbul and Sporting. Istanbul managing to win 2-1 in their last league match against Lisbon, being first in their Turkish league currently, 3 wins and a draw in their past 5 matches. Currently sitting top there, but it's a very, very tight season in Turkey there. So it's going to be very interesting to see who wins that title, with Trabzonspor, Galatasaray and Sivasspor involved in the credible 4-way title fights, with just one game separating all 4 sides there, with just 11 games left of the season. Well, for Sporting, they defeated Boavista 2-0 in Portugal. 3 wins and a draw for them in the past 5, currently sitting 4th in the league. So, some insights for this match then. For the Istanbul Sporting match. After Sporting got a 3-1 aggregate lead so far after winning their home league, which didn't seem like it was going to happen according to what I was saying or what the insights were saying and things, but it's just the way it goes. But Istanbul got the home advantage there this time. So this will be Istanbul's first ever home game in the knockout stages of a major European competition. The Turkish sides have only lost 1 of their 6 home games in the Europa League to date, winning 2 and drawing 3. Sporting have progressed from 4 of the previous 5 Europa League knockout ties after winning the first league, only failing to do so in the 2011-12 semi-final against Marcelo Bielsa's Athletic Club for 3-1 aggregate. Istanbul have lost 2 of the previous 3 meetings with Portuguese opposition in European competition. However, they did win 1 of those games to be played on home soil 2-1 against Sporting Braga in 2017. Sporting had suffered defeats in 6 of their last 9 away games in the Europa League knockout stages, winning 1, drawing 2, with the only victory in this one coming in the last 32 against Astana in 2018. Istanbul's Enzo Savali has scored with 3 of his 5 shots on target in the Europa League this season. However, all 3 of those have been netted away from home there. So it's a bit of things for both sides for this particular match there. So it should be a pretty exciting game. So odds for this match, Istanbul are the favourites, $2.25, $3.20 for the draw, and $3.10 for Sporting to get the victory. Going to go for Istanbul to get the win. but only by the 1 goal margin. Going to go for a 2-1 win. And because Sporting has a 2 goal buffer, they can afford that, and there'll be enough for them to make the next one. Okay, on to the next match then, which is Genk and Roma. Gent winning 4-1 against Sint Truiden last match in the Belgium league that they play in. 4 wins and a draw in their past 5 league matches, currently sitting in second with 9 points behind the leaders club Brugge there. For Roma, they won 4-0 quite convincingly against Lask in Serie A, who is currently sitting in 5th. 1 win and a draw in their past 5 matches, so a few defeats in there for them. And some insights for this particular match then, with Roma having a 1-0 first leg lead. Genk have lost all 3 of their previous meetings with Roma, including suffering their joint biggest home defeat in European competition. This time they hosted the Italian side 7-1 in the 09-10 season, so they don't want anything similar to that performance. Excluding qualifiers, Genk have only progressed through 1 of their 10 European ties when losing the first league, doing so back in 1991-92 season against Lausanne in the Europa Cup. Roma have been eliminated from 2 of their last 4 knockout ties in major European competition when winning the first league, including their last such tie versus Porto last season. So it's not clear cut. Roma are looking to win consecutive away matches in European competition for the first time since 2008. Ooh, that's a pretty dreadful record. And 8 of Roma's last 9 Europa League goals have been scored in the first half, with the last 3 coming within the opening 20 minutes. So the first half is going to be very crucial in this game here. And they're playing against the Belgium sides. Odds for this game at $3 for Genk, $3.50 for the draw, $2.10 for Roma. They only need to get a draw out of this match to guarantee progression. And that's what I'm going to go for here. Going to go for a 1-1 draw. Respectable for Genk in Belgium, but ultimately not enough for them, as they need to go out there, get the victory over Roma to be the ones to make the round of 16. So the next match is between Malmo and Wolfsburg. Malmo from the Sweden division haven't played a match since their first leg of this Europa League 1-16 qualifier against Wolfsburg, as their season does not start until April. While Wolfsburg, they did play a game, they managed to win 4-0 against Mainz in the Germany Bundesliga. 3 wins and a draw for them in the past 5 matches. Currently sitting at 7th in Germany. So a bit of insights for this particular match then. So get it up. Wolfsburg winning 2-1 over Malmo in the first league. When losing their first league of another tie in major competitions, Malmo have progressed from just 1 of their 15 ties against Wisla Krakau on route to the 1979 European Cup final. That's not good. Malmo have won their last 2 Europa League home games, more than they had in the previous 11 at home in the Europa Cup Europa League, winning 1, drawing 4, losing 6. Wolfsburg have won all 3 of their previous meetings in all competitions with Swedish sides, having progressed from their first 9 knockout ties when winning the first league in all European competition. Wolfsburg were eliminated from the last such tie going out to Real Madrid in the 2015-16 Champions League. And also Malmo scored with the only shot on target in the first league against Wolfsburg, with Furlan's 47th minute penalty kick, before he ended up getting an own goal out of the match. And they ended up losing the game in the end after having the lead. So the odds for this game are 2.88 for Malmo, $3.25 for the draw, $2.30 for Wolfsburg. Reasonable odds for Wolfsburg to get another victory here. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Wolfsburg win. Okay, the next game is between the Lask and AZ Alkmaar. Lask winning 4-1 against St. Pölten in the Austrian League to remain top by 3 points ahead of Red Bull Salzburg. 3 wins and a draw for them in the past 5 matches. While for AZ Alkmaar, they won 2-0 against Zwolle and the Udinese, the Netherlands Dutch league there. 3 wins and 2 defeats for them in the past 5 matches, and just the 3 points behind the leaders Ajax. So some insights for the game then was a 1-1 draw in the last match there, so definitely all to play for in this game. So Lask earned a 1-1 draw away at AZ Alkmaar first league. However, they suffered defeats in both of their previous 2 last 32nd second league games in Europa Cup, Europa League knockout stages. 5-1 Dundee United in 84-85, and a 4-0 to Inter Milan in 85-86. But that's going back such a long time ago, so it's pretty irrelevant. AZ Alkmaar are looking to progress from the last 32 of the Europa Cup, Europa League for the 4th time in the last 5 attempts, only failing to progress in the 2016-2017 against Lyon. That is more up-to-date and more accurate. Lask have only lost 1 of their last 8 home games in major European competition, winning 5, drawing 2, picking up victories in each of their 3 home Europa League group stages matches this season. Of the teams still participating in the Europa League this season, AZ Alkmaar starting 11, 24 years, 52 days, was the youngest across all other ties. But you know, young youth squads with the fitness levels could be an advantage. Marco Wags has scored in each of his last 2 Europa League games for Lask and averaging a goal every 100 minutes in this competition this season, 3 goals and 7 appearances. So for this game here, the odds for this match, Lask are the favourites at $1.80, $3.60 for the draw, $4 for AZ Alkmaar. I'm going to favour the home side to get the victory here. Going to go for a 2-1 Lask win. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and feel free to join in the live comments there about your predictions for these matches, or just to say hi or something like that would be appreciated. Cheers. So next game is Porto and Leverkusen. Porto got a 1-0 victory against Portimonense, winning the last 5 games in the Portuguese league, with a 2-point lead over Benefica in 2nd place. Currently top in Portugal, so good on them. For Bayer Leverkusen, they won 2-0 against Wolfsburg in the last game. 4 wins in the past 5, 43 points. 6-point margin between them and Bayern Munich, who's in top spots, so it's a really tight, exciting season in Germany there. But currently in 5th place there, so just have to wait and see how that all plays out. That's good recent form for them. Some insights for the previous match and upcoming match for this game between Porto and Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen winning in their first league 2-1 at their place. Porto have been eliminated from 6 of their previous 7 knockout ties in major European competition after losing their first league, with the only exception being a 4-3 aggregate win over Roma last season and the last 16 of the Champions League. So they won't be liking being in the Europa League final 32 at this stage and being in trouble. Leverkusen have progressed from each of their last 5 Europa League knockout ties after winning the first leg, while the most recent instance came against Portuguese opposition with a 4-1 victory against Sporting, so that's a good sign for Leverkusen there. Porto have won 2 of their last 5 home games in knockout stages of Europa League, drawing 1, losing 2. With 2 of those games they failed to win came against German oppositions, 2-2 against Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Dortmund in the 13-14 and 15-16 seasons. Among the teams that have played over 25 games in the Europa League, only Fenerbahce 50% have kept a clean sheet in a higher percentage of those games than Bayer Leverkusen with 48%. So things are looking bright here for Leverkusen. And the final one, Luis Diaz has either scored or assisted in all 4 starts for Porto in the Europa League this season, needing 3 and producing 1 assist. So the odds for this game, $2 for Porto, $3.50 for the draw, and $3.20 for Leverkusen. Leverkusen with their first league lead just need to get a draw or a victory to guarantee progression. Otherwise, it just depends on that away goals rule and stuff like that. So Porto with their 1 goal away from home, Leverkusen can score 2 and win by just a 1 goal margin, then they'll be through. But work that out if you choose to do so. But for this game, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw here. Okay, on to the next match. It's between Espanyol and Wolves. Espanyol lost 2-1 to Valladolid in the La Liga, currently sitting all the way down at 20th last place in La Liga. And huge trouble, 5 points outside safety as well too. So a big turnaround from last season when they qualified for the Europa League. This season they got new aims just to survive, otherwise they are going down, and who knows how long it will take them to get back up. 1 win and 2 draws for them in the past 5 matches in the league. And for Wolves, they were 3-0 victors over Norwich, currently sitting in 8th in the Premier League. 2 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 matches for them. 39 points from their 27 games. So from that first leg there, Wolves in control for sure, winning 4-0 at their place. So, but damage limitation for Espanyol here for this league. Or really, they can just forget all about it. Just play their youth squads, save their senior squad for the matches that really do matter in the La Liga season there, where it all counts. So some insights for this match. Espanyol are looking to overturn a 4-0 deficit from their first league match against Wolves. In the Europa League history, there has been 221 previous occasions of the side losing a first league by 4 or more goals. That in itself is pretty incredible. There's been that many teams that managed to thrash another team in the competition. But only 2 of the sides have managed to overturn it and progressed, with Partizan against QPR in 84-85 season and Real Madrid against Borussia Mönchengladbach in 85-86 season. So they have to do something super special to be able to do that. But extremely unlikely just for them to even get the victory. Might be a little bit of a minor miracle in itself, given these teams' recent forms. Espanyol's only previous home game against English opposition was in the 61-62 Intercities Cfr Cup, beating Birmingham 5-2, including qualifiers. Wolves are beaten in 6 away games in the European competitions this season, winning 1, drawing 1, scoring 17 goals in the process. Wolves' only previous away match versus Spanish opposition ended in a 4-0 defeat, though this was back in 1960 against Barcelona in the European Cup. So that's why Espanyol need to emulate the Barcelona of 1960. And Wolves forward Diogo Jota as the joint top goal scorer this season with 6 goals. All of these goals have come in the last 2 appearances, with the hat-tricks against Besiktas and Espanyol. So good luck stopping him as well too. So for this game, $2.74 Espanyol, $3.10 for the draw, $2.54 Wolves. It's all very tight on the odds there. Somewhat tough to see which way the result ways this game is going to go. It's probably going to have a few goals, as there's no real need to attack this game for either sides, as they can just focus on their leads, with the Wolves pushing for their European positions once again. For Espanyol, just trying to survive is the main goal. So I'm going to go for Wolves to get a 2-0 win. That'll be a 6-0 win on aggregate. So a bit of a thumping for them there. The next game is Basel against Apoel. Basel joined a 2-2 against Sevilla in the Switzerland League. Third currently, 37 points. 1 win, 1 draw in their past 5 matches. Well, for Apoel, 2-0 loss against Porto in the Cyprus League. Currently sitting in third with 38 points. 2 wins and a draw in their past 5 games. 5 points behind the leaders Noah Closest. So the last game, once I find it, this one. So Basel with that 3-0 advantage, then they got the home league this time around. Some insight to this game. Basel picked up that 3-0 win. Their last one, a knockout tie by this margin in the 13-14 season, beating Maccabi Tel Aviv to go through to the last 32. Apoel haven't won a game in major European competition by more than 2 goals since September 1963, when they won 6-0 against Getafe in the Cup Winners' Cup instead of their last 19 victories in major European competition. Only 6 of them have been by more than 1 goal. A victory for Basel in this game would see them equal the previous longest winning streak in the Europa Cup, Europa League, having last won 3 consecutive games in the competition between September and October 2007. Apoel have only won 2 of the previous 25 away games in the Europa Cup, Europa League, drawing 4 and losing 19. Jeez, that's atrocious. And Basel's Valentin Stocker has needed each of his last 2 appearances in the Europa League 2 goals since the competitions rebranded ahead of the 09-10 season. No player has managed to net in 3 consecutive games for this Swiss side. So he'll be looking to be the first player to manage that feat. So the odds for this game then, Basel favourites at home, $1.57, $3.64 the draw, $5 for the Apoel. Cyprus in general aren't that great in international football there, so it's the same sort of thing with the club sides. You sort of have to look at it as Switzerland against Cyprus. So in that case, it's going to be a pretty comfortable win for Basel for this match here. Going to go for a 4-0 win for them. Okay, how many games have I got left to go? Got 8. Okay, so I'm just halfway through there, guys. So bear with. A lot of content still to go. Next up is Manchester United against Club Brugge. Manchester United win 3-0 against Watford in the Premier League in the last game. Currently sitting in 5th place, 41 points, 2 wins and a draw in their past 5 matches. Club Brugge won their victors over Charleroi in the Belgium League. They currently sitting top with 64 points, 3 wins and 2 draws in their past 5 games. Got a 9-point lead over Genk in 2nd spot. So it was a 1-1 draw in the first leg between these 2 sides there. Manchester United have hosted Club Brugge once previously in the European game, winning 3-1 in the Champions League qualifier in August 2015. Club Brugge has never won an away European match in England, including qualifiers, drawing 2 and losing 10. Most recent was a 2-1 defeat against Leicester in the 2016 Champions League. That was the year after Leicester, of course, managed to actually win the Premier League. Manchester United are unbeaten in the last 12 home Europa League matches, winning 10, drawing 2, since losing to Marcelo Bielsa's Athletic Cup in March 2012. Anthony Martial has scored 3 goals in his last 4 European matches for Manchester United, having scored just 3 goals in his previous 26 European games for the Red Devils. So there's a few players finding form recently for Manchester United, and also that recent signing of Bruno Fernandes managed to score against Watford as well too, just recently to start his campaign. And having already scored against Real Madrid in the Champions League earlier this season, Club Brugge Emmanuel Dennis became the first player to score against both Real Madrid and Manchester United in Europe in the same season since Petro and Lionel Messi in 2010-2011 season. Not sure how that one is relevant for this game though. But odds for this match: $1.40 for Manchester United, $4 for the draw, $7.50 for Club Brugge. Also going to do more of a match preview for this match too, as it's also part of my random club series. So make sure you check that one out. Going to go for a 3-0 win for Manchester United to comfortably go through in the end in this tie. Next game is another one of my random club series with Celtic against Copenhagen. Celtic got a 3-1 victory over Kilmarnock in the Scottish Premiership. Currently got 8 league victories in a row there. Currently first, 76 points. A 12-point lead over Rangers now, so just running away with the season's title. And Copenhagen joined 1-1 against Silkeborg in the Denmark League. Currently sitting second, 47 points, 3 wins and a draw in the past 5. 9 points behind the leaders, Midtjylland. So the previous game also ended in a 1-1 draw at Copenhagen's home ground. Celtic are winless in their last 4 European games against Danish opposition, drawing 2 and losing 2. However, they are unbeaten against such opposition on home soil, winning 4 and drawing 2 without conceding a single goal. Copenhagen have drawn 4 of their last 6 Europa League games, winning 1, losing 1, including the first leg at Delhi Parken 1-1. Their Danish side will be aiming to reach the last 16 of the competition for the first time since the 2016-17 season, when they were knocked out by Ajax. Celtic will be aiming to reach the last 16 of the Europa League in its current format for the first time, while they last progressed to the stage of the European competition back in the 2012-13 season in the Champions League when they met Juventus. So it won't be quite as great as those accomplishments, but making a deep one in Europe would be quite a good change there for Celtic instead of just dominating Scotland all the time. Despite qualifying from the group stage, Copenhagen had scored just 6 goals in the last 7 Europa League matches in the 2019-20 season and have attempted the fewest shots of any team to have played 6+ games, just the 47. Following his first goal in the first league, no Celtic player has been involved in more Europa League goals for the Hoops campaign than Ozan Edouard, 4 and 2 goals and 2 assists. So here's one of the special players for the club there. And yeah, thank you for hitting the like button there. Got 4 people now watching, so very greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and feel free to join in the live comments there. It's 30 minutes left of this video still to go there, so feel free to get involved, ask me some questions and stuff like that. But otherwise, I'll just carry on. With Celtic against Copenhagen, odds for this game: Celtic at home at $1.40, $4 for the draw, and $7.50 for Copenhagen. Gonna go for Celtic to get the victory here and progress. Gonna go for a 3-1 victory. Okay, the next match is Benefica and Shakhtar Donetsk. Benefica, they played against Vincent, winning 1-0 in their last game there in Portugal. 3 wins in the past 5 matches. Currently top, 19 victories, 3 defeats, not drawing a single match in Portugal this season so far. 57 points and got a 1-point lead over Porto, so very tight. Can they go on and win the season's title? And for Shakhtar Donetsk, they got a 1-0 victory against Denza, a stoppage time winner. And they top of the Ukraine League, 17 wins, also no draws, and 2 defeats. 4 wins and a draw in their past 5 matches. It must be total matches then. And a 14-point lead at the top. So a bit of insight for this match then with Benfica and Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk currently got a 2-1 lead heading into this second leg. Benfica only lost 1 previous home encounter with Shakhtar in the European competition, a 1-0 defeat in the Champions League group stage back in the 07-08 season. Shakhtar remain unbeaten in the last 7 European encounters against Portuguese opposition, winning 5 and drawing 2, winning each of the last 5. Benfica have progressed from 3 of the last 5 Europa League, Champions League knockout ties, having lost the first league, most recently coming back to Dynamo Zagreb and last season's Europa League last 16 tie. So those things sort of contradict each other there, with Shakhtar good against Portuguese teams, including Benfica as well too, really. Even though that was back in the 07-08 season. Shakhtar have been eliminated from each of the last 4 knockout ties in European competition, despite avoiding defeat in the first league on each occasion. Okay. And Pizzi has scored in 3 consecutive European games for Benfica and could become the first player to net in 4 consecutive games for the Portuguese side in major European competition since Zoran Flipokov in 1983. So there's a few things sort of going there for both sides. And the odds for this match, once I find them, sort of a bit all over the place on my paper there. Where did I put it? There it is. $1.72 for Shakhtar, $3.60 for the draw, $4.20 for Shakhtar Donetsk. So reasonable odds for Shakhtar to get 2 victories. Sort of a few things for them, a few things against them, but they only have to win 1 and 4 to break even. Well, yeah, break even on your money there. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Shakhtar Donetsk. The next game is Red Bull against Eintracht. So Red Bull Salzburg joined 2-2 against Austria Wien in the Austrian League. 13 wins, 6 draws, 1 defeat. 1 win, 3 draws in the past 5. 3 points behind the leaders Lask. So they're in second place. And Eintracht Frankfurt lost 2-1 to Union Berlin in the German Bundesliga. 8 wins, 4 draws, 11 defeats there the season for them. 2 wins and a draw in their past 5 with 28 points. But Eintracht Frankfurt's sitting quite a bit down there in the Bundesliga. Currently, where are they sitting? What they won in, I think they're like mid-table. Get it up. yeah, they're on 11th place there, so not too good there the season. So some insights for this match then, with Red Bull Salzburg and Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt got a 4-1 lead from the first leg, so surely they are going to be the team to progress to the round of 16. Red Bull Salzburg have won 39 games in the Europa League since they began in the 2019 season, more than any other team. So they're really used to this competition, but a victory here be somewhat meaningless unless it's at least a 3-4 goal margin, which is going to be pretty unlikely. Eintracht Frankfurt have won one of their last 7 away Europa League knockout matches, winning 1, drawing 3, losing 3, a 1-0 win at Inter Milan in 2019 in the last 16 of the Europa League. Only one of the previous 39 teams to hold a lead of 3 or more goals from their first leg of the Europa League knockout tie has been eliminated, with Basel going out against Valencia in the 13-14 season, 3-0 first league and the 5-0 second league, so that doesn't hold signs for them. Can they be the second time in 40 opportunities to overturn that margin? Red Bull Salzburg have lost their last 2 home Europa League matches, having lost none of the previous 19 home European games, including qualifiers. And Eintracht Frankfurt's Diach commander has been directly involved in 8 goals in his last 4 Europa League starts, 6 goals, 2 assists. His hat-trick in the first league was only the second ever hat-trick by a Japanese player in a major European competition, after Takumi Minamito for Red Bull Salzburg against Wolfsburg in the 2018 Europa League match. Ooh. Okay, so for this game here, Red Bull Salzburg are the favourites at $1.72, $3.75 for the draw, $3.75 for Eintracht Frankfurt. Gonna go for Red Bull Salzburg to get the home victory, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to be enough to overturn such a large deficit. Just going to go for a narrow 1-0 victory for this match here. Okay, the next game is Inter Milan against Ludogrets, and this is a very interesting game, as Inter Milan were going to play Sampdoria in their last match, but postponed it with the coronavirus squid going on there. And currently in third place, 16 wins, 6 draws, 2 defeats, 2 wins, 2 draws. And this game is going to be played behind closed doors to try and make sure that the virus doesn't spread any further than it already is. But do they know for sure that the players that are going to be there itself doesn't have it, because it takes a wee while, a few weeks for the symptoms to show up. So not quite sure how that's going to work with the in and out from the stadium and a few other silent officials, the managers, the players, and how the Ludogrets players from Bulgaria are able to get to the stadium to begin with, and all those sort of details. I'm not quite sure of it. It was only a few hours ago that it was decided or confirmed that this match was going to go ahead with that closed door system in place, which I was sort of thinking about things like that might happen. Anyway, there was another 3 other league games that was postponed as well too, once that coronavirus thing started spreading in those parts of Italy. Well, for the Bulgarian club Ludogrets, they got a 1-1 draw to Ita in their last game. 1 win, 4 draws in the past 5 matches, 15 wins, 7 draws the other season, and no defeats, going unbeaten, 7-point lead at the top. So from the first league, Inter Milan got themselves a 2-0 first league lead. 1 second. So a 2-0 lead going into this home league. Inter Milan remain unbeaten against Bulgarian opposition in European competitions, winning 3 and drawing 3. and to have only faced Ukrainian sides 8 of the more occasions without suffering a single defeat in Europe. Ludogrets have won just one of their 9 knockout games in the Europa League, drawing 2, losing 6, with the victory coming in the first such game against Basaksehir away from home in the 13-14 season. Inter Milan have progressed from 17 of their last 18 two-league ties in the Champions League and Europa League, having won the first league, failing only to Villarreal at the quarter-final stage of the 05-06 Champions League season, and of course also being the favourites for the Europa League the season before this first league even began. It's going to be very difficult for the away side to somehow get an equitable 2 or 3 goal victory. Ludogrets have lost each of their last 3 European games against Italian opposition without scoring a single goal, and following his 95th minute penalty and assist for Christian Eriksen in the first league, Romelu Lukaku has been directly involved in more goals than any other Inter Milan player in the Europa League and Champions League combined this season, with 3 goals and 3 assists. Ooh. So the odds for this match: Inter Milan, huge favourites, at $1.25, $4.50 for the draw, and $11 for Ludogrets. I'm not quite sure if Inter Milan are going to be up for this game to win, as there's no fans there to watch this game, so it'd just be a kind of an empty feeling. And I do remember some other games there where it has some stadiums there because of quiet troubles with the fans and stuff, the usual reasons, and then it sort of just feels like a training match and you don't quite get the full energy intensity levels going because you don't have the home fans to whack you up, to keep going, keep pushing, keep believing. So there could be a really good chance for a 0-0 draw here, so that's what I'm going to go for. Very few goals. Inter Milan have done enough really in the first league as well too, and just get the job done, get through the match, and move on to the next one. And hopefully the home teams can come back to Inter Milan for the future games for the season, as well as the other parts of the league, because who knows what's going to happen with this coronavirus, if it's going to continue on spreading to other parts of the country as well too. We'll just have to wait and see. Anywho, back to some other good news. Got Ajax and Getafe. Ajax lost to Hercules 1-0 in the Udinese Netherlands Dutch League in their last match. 17 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats, 3 wins for them in the past 5 games, 53 points, got a 3-point lead at the top of the table. While Getafe, they lost to Sevilla 3-0 last match, 3 wins in the past 5. In Spain, 12 wins, 6 draws, 7 defeats, 42 points. In 5th place, dropping behind Atletico and Sevilla by a single point there. So for this match there, Getafe managed to be the victors in the first leg of this tie, winning at 2-0. Ajax have lost 7 of the last 9 European games on home soil against Spanish opposition, winning 2, beating Celtic Vigo in the 2016-17 Europa Cup and Barcelona in the 13-14 Champions League. Getafe will be aiming to reach the last 16 of the Europa Cup, Europa League for the first time since the 07-08 season, when they eventually eliminated by Bayern Munich at the quarter-final stage. But they have been playing pretty well there this season. In La Liga Spain, they can easily finish in 3rd place. Ajax have progressed from each of the last 2 knockout ties in European competition, when losing the first league, eliminating Copenhagen from the Europa League in the 16-17 season, and Real Madrid from the Champions League last season. Last season was something pretty incredible there for Ajax, making it all the way to the semi-finals, to only just get denied to Tottenham in the end. Getafe have won 6 of their last 8 Europa League games, losing 2, including each of those last 3 without conceding a single goal. Only Manchester United with 5 have kept more clean sheets than a Spanish side with 4 in this competition this season. And Ajax have lost back-to-back Europa League games, last losing 3 on the bounce in the 14-15 Champions League group stages there. So the odds for this match, Ajax at $1.80, $3.50 for the draw, $4.20 for Getafe. And I am going to go for Ajax to get the victory. Going to go for a 3-1 victory, which means it will be 3-3. And it will mean Getafe will be able to get that away goal here. And that's just enough for them to sneak through to the round of 16. Okay, just got the 2 matches left to go there. Thanks for everyone that's made it to the stage there. So I got Sevilla against Cluj. Sevilla managing to win 3-0 over Getafe, 2 wins, 2 draws in the past 5. In 4th place, surrounded by Atletico Madrid and Getafe, of course. And for Cluj, managed to get a 2-0 victory over Universalaka Palau in Romania. 3 wins, 2 draws in the past 5 games. 6-point lead at the top of the table. So, in the first league, it was a 1-1 draw between these 2 clubs. Romanian clubs have won just 2 of their 35 previous European away games in Spain, winning 2, drawing 3, and losing 30. Ooh, jeez, it's going to be some mission for them here then. These came via FC SB at Real Betis in March 2006, Europa Cup, and FC SB at Barcelona in October 1971, Cup Winners' Cup. Cluj has scored just 7 goals in their last 7 Europa League games this season and have converted less than 10 of their 74 shots, 9.5%. So a few goals, but sometimes you might only need to score 1 goal out of a match. Just nick a goal and hold on, eh? Sevilla have won 10 of their last 11 home matches in the European competition, including qualifiers, winning all 3 in the Europa League this season without conceding a goal. Sevilla have progressed from 16 of the last 17 knockout ties in the Europa League, including winning finals, losing in the last 16 against Slavia Prague last season. Of course, Sevilla winning 3 times back-to-back in the Europa League, being the Europa League specialists. I was back at the same time where Real Madrid managed to win the Champions League back-to-back. And Cluj have lost 11 of their 16 away major UEFA European games, winning 4, drawing 1, losing 11, and losing 2 of their 3 this season against Celtic, 2-0, and a 1-0 loss against Lask. So the odds for this particular match, Sevilla are the big favourites at $1.25, $4.50 for the draw, and $12 for Cluj. Got to back Sevilla to get the victory here. Going to go for a 2-0 win. And the last game is between Arsenal and Olympiakos. Arsenal winning 3-2 against Everton in the Premier League last game. 2 wins and 3 draws in the past 5 league matches. 8 wins, 13 draws, 6 defeats here this season. 37 points and up to 9th place in the Premier League. Still pretty terrible, but they're making their way up. And, not too far away from 4th, 5th, 6th. So, and 2 wins in a row for the first time since August there. So maybe they're starting to get a little bit more form going there with Arteta and still unbeaten this season as well too. This year, sorry. And for Olympiakos, a 1-0 victory over Apoel. 4 wins and a draw in their past 5. They play in Greece. 19 wins, 6 draws, and 0 defeats. So undefeated. 63 points and got a 5-point lead at the top of the table. So from the first league there, it was Arsenal that managed to get the 1-0 victory in Olympiakos. So well done to them there. Wasn't an easy one to go to. Very late winner as well. Arsenal have won 3 of their 4 home meetings with Olympiakos in all competitions, though they did lose the last Dutch match 3-2 in the 15-16 Champions League group stage. Including qualifiers, Arsenal have progressed on all 17 of the European ties when winning the first leg away from home. Should the Gunners avoid defeats here, they will have progressed from as many two-legged knockout ties in the last 3 seasons of the Europa League as they did in the Champions League between 2000 to 2001 and 2016 to 2017 with 8. Well, Arsenal becoming the Europa League specialist instead of the Champions League failure specialist, so it's hard to know which one's better. Including qualifiers, Olympiakos have won just 2 of their 32 European ties when losing the first league. Any past FK Wad in the 89-90 Europa Cup and Mowitz Odyssey in the 92-93 Cup Winners' Cup. Excluding qualifiers, Olympiakos has lost 10 of their last 11 away games in European competition, beating F91 Delange 2-0 and the other in October 2018. And Arsenal's Bukayo Saka has the most assists in the 1920 Europa League season, and is the first English player to assist 5 or more goals in a single campaign since the competition was rebranded. So the odds for this game, $1.45 for Arsenal, $4.20 for the draw, $6 for Olympiakos. Arsenal has been site draw specialist as well too, and of course a draw is an acceptable result that will get them through. So I'm going to go for a bit of an upset, 1-1 draw against the tricky Olympiakos opposition. And that concludes my Europa League 1 of 32 predictions for the second leg there. But before we go, I'll give you the latest odds for who's going to go on and win the Europa League this season. So it is Inter Milan who are the favourites at 6-1, Arsenal 7, Manchester United also 7-1, Sevilla at $8.50, Wolves $8.50, Roma 13-1, Getafe 15-1, Eintracht Frankfurt 21-1, Ajax at 26, Leverkusen at 26, Benefica at 34, Shakhtar 34, Wolfsburg 36, Celtic 41, Porto 41, Sporting 41, Basel 51, Braga 67, Lask 67, AZ Alkmaar 81, Club Brugge 81, Salzburg 81, Rangers 81, Kobenhavn 100-1, Olympiakos 126, Shakhtar 151, Cluj 200-1, Gent 200-1, Malmo 200-1, Apoel 500-1, Espanyol 500-1, and Ludogrets 500-1. Hello there, Gatman. You just came along right at the end. You like Wolves to take it down. Yep, they are the fourth joint favourites there with Sevilla. Can't really write off Sevilla there. They are the Europa League specialist. Inter Milan, of course, they are the favourites. Usually a Champions League winning deep team there. Arsenal, who made last season's Europa League final, you have to consider them as well as Manchester United. So the top 5 I can easily see winning. Other teams, it's unlikely. I think it'll be one of those top 5 teams that can go on and win it. Otherwise, will it be really nice if one of those other teams can surprise and make it quite far there. But yeah, anything else you want to discuss there, Gatman, before I head off? Because been on here for a good hour just talking about everything there. Just you sort of missed the opportunity, it seems. But feel free to catch it back on the replay if you're interested. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and feel free to check out my Champions League predictions for the upcoming games. My Chelsea team playing against Bayern Munich tomorrow. Also got another game to upload as well too for that. Okay, yeah, cool. Thank you, Leah Gatman. Yeah, It won't be long before I have my Chelsea Bayern Munich video up there, which I did today as well too. So hopefully we can pull off the victory in the Champions League First League. Tricky Bayern Munich opposition, so that should be an interesting one. Yep. Cheers. Alright, I'll catch you later there, Gatman. Thanks for tuning in. Just hopefully we get some better time in there next time. We've got a whole bunch of other league predictions and other things coming up. Basically every single day that I sort of do there, so there'll be plenty of opportunities to see each other again. So, yeah. Cheers. Thumbs up, subscribe. See you guys later. Cheers. Thank you.